10 toes on the landscape. No more scraping at the ball. Young nigga keep his hands clean. Got it out the gutter for the falls. Ain't you proud of me, baby? All eyes on me, baby. Free my mind until it's backwards. Keep it head strong. Look at me shining. She on my body tryna. I'm on my square, my hand precise. I bleed your headphones. Been on time. Know I keep the peace, it get violent. You know I keep a bad one beside me. On that red rum, I'm in red form. I'm in red form. Been on time. Know I keep the peace, it get violent. You know I keep a bad one beside me. I'm on red rum. I'm in red form. I'm in red form. I'm in red form. I'm in red form.
Slow. Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from Trey. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the
Send it to me, ain't no problem, y'all know. I ain't ducking, I ain't dodging, I ain't missing, I ain't had a thing given. Take it all, I ain't leaving, standing with it, standing on it, all toes, y'all want it, all smoke, y'all want it, all smoke, y'all want it, all smoke, y'all want it, all, y'all want it, all. Y'all want it all. Never smoke what your lungs say. Drop bombs from Baghdad to Bombay. They flat earth and some believe, but some can't. Forever push it, that's the dream. Hook a trailer to me, pull it off and make a movie. That's the best you heard but never seen. Kill 'em all, forever dream. It got a ring to it, but the kiss of death don't get a ring until I sing to it. Peace of mind to get your piece of yours, but I want everything and we can go to war to see that mind make do and never lean. I take a plate to feed for us. Ain't too much that we can trust. Close my eyes, I see the lust. Keep them close to see what's up. Won't be long till it unfolds. It's gonna reveal, that's how it goes. And once it shows, I want it. Yeah, I want it. swear I want it. All smoke, bring it to me, send it to me. Ain't no problem, y'all know I ain't ducking.
Y'all know how this goes. I told you before, don't come for me. Now, I finally hit 300. Y'all gonna see who the real woman is behind this voice. So, yeah, don't come for me. I ain't got no money, but damn it, I make this look good. Let's begin.
Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? This is the real me. Like I said, I'm a black woman, and this is what I look like. Ooh. Anyways, how y'all doing? Let me go ahead and say
hello. It's me.
Hello, motherfucker.
And so anyways, what we first gonna go ahead and do is go get into the bait, you know, that little pop news and stuff. So give me just a moment and I'll be right back. Where is it? Okay, here you go. All right, so Cardi B says she's taking the summer off and choosing rest over more music. Cardi B has a message for fans demanding more songs, more videos, and more everything. The whining is not inspiring her. It's making her want to go get back into bed. During a recent X Spaces conversation, Cardi addressed complaints about her release schedule and why every song doesn't receive a music video. She explained that not every release will get the same visual or aesthetic, and she hasn't spent much time in the studio because she deliberately gave herself the summer off. Well, I guess if you can afford that shit. And honestly, she earned the out of office reply. So Cardi released her second album, Am I the Drama, in September 2025, ending a 7-year gap between albums. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. She then launched her first solo headlining run, the Little Miss Drama Tour, sold out Madison Square Garden, and expanded into hair care with her Grow Good line. I have not heard about that. But apparently, unless an artist is recording a new album, filming 6 videos, and live streaming in the entire nervous breakdown, certain fans assume she has abandoned civilization. Cardi said the constant demands don't make her work harder. They make her want to lie down or spend time with her children, which sounds considerably healthier than arguing with strangers whose primary contribution to music is typing, "Where's the visuals?" So Cardi B is going outside, enjoying her summer, and temporarily closing the customer service desk. I think this is a little late. It's August. Fall is almost upon us, y'all. This music will arrive when it arrives. Until then, the woman is resting, and the complaint department can also take a nap. Honestly, I really wasn't looking for her like that. So, I mean, rest, love your people, do whatever the hell you got. Yes, my room is junky. I didn't even think about that before camming up, and I'm not going to bother to deal with it later. Let me bring this down because you can't see my face, and I don't want to be sitting up here like I'm hiding. Well, I am, but whatever. Let me see. Let me bring it back down. All right. So I had that up for just, whatever. Let me see. Maybe that's better. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and move into my commercial. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, and you might have a suggestion, please hit me up in the comments and share, subscribe. Where's my little kid's name? There it is. There you go. Do that and hit me up. Let me know what I can do to improve this. Now, if you say I need to cam up more, that ain't gonna happen. I ain't got time, and I really hate to say it. I'm also very I don't want to do it. But anyways, I'll be right back with the regular news, the bullshit. But first, here goes my commercial.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little TSA, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right, so didn't mean to say that. Nolan Wells' friends blames his mom for fueling online backlash. So one of the friends who was with an 18-year-old Nolan Wells before his death is now blaming Wells' mother, Christine Wansley, for intensifying the online backlash against the group. Yeah, that's usually the move they would make. During an interview on the Officer Tatum show, of course, Jax Pitalow said Wansley's social media post, including photographs and names, directed public attention toward him, Morgan Seymour, and Warren Hudson. Hudson said they now fear being recognized or attacked in public, while threats have reportedly reached members of their family. Let's be extremely clear. Threats and online vigilantism, that's unacceptable, but blaming a grieving mother for asking questions about her dead child, that is public relations strategy with all the warmth of a tax audit. Wells disappeared during a July 4th gathering on a Mississippi Horn Island. His body was recovered from the water 2 days later. Authorities initially suspected drowning and reported no immediate indication of a crime, but his official cause and manner of death remain undermined, if you ask me, because I'm serious. Like, I don't trust the original autopsy. A private autopsy commissioned by the family was also inclusive, pending further investigation, because they didn't get the whole body. Pitalow, Seymour, and Hudson deny any involvement in Wells' death. Their attorneys say three have faced harassment and false accusations, and are considering defamation lawsuits. They have also established a legal defense fund. Meanwhile, Wansley's legal team has subpoenaed several technology and social media companies for messages, photographs, videos, and location data from her son's account. So despite the internet already conducting closing arguments, the central fact remains unchanged. Investigators have not publicly determined exactly how Nolan Wells died. Everybody online may have a theory. Evidence still has the audacity to require proof, though. So Wansley has not publicly responded to that child's, to that Pitalow, that kid, that I don't know what the hell accusation, but I'm still on the side of the mother. What the hell? She didn't tell. She literally said, please do not go after anybody. We don't know. She's not accusing anyone. If anything, she just wants answers. If you're not guilty, then you shouldn't have to worry about anything. That's all I'm going to say about that. But we're going to go ahead and move to the next story, because once again, I have an update. Now you can see what I be doing behind the scenes, because I'm sitting up here on OBS still, because I have all the stuff I like to do. Anyways, here we go. So Lord have mercy. Give me a second. Okay, there it is. So I believe I told y'all about this last week or Sunday. Tasia Fortune case, man arrested on unrelated gun charge. I'm not sure what that has to do, but I guess there's some information. So there is an update in the death of Tasia Fortune, but please keep the headline and the actual facts in the same room. Terrence Anderson, a man questioned during the investigation, has been arrested for allegedly being a felon in possession of a firearm. His bond was set at $250,000. That gun charge is unrelated to Fortune's death, and Anderson has not been charged in a connection with her death. Jackson police have not even publicly identified him as a person of interest. And why the heck is this a news story? Detectives say Anderson admitted arguing with Fortune, but denied having anything to do with her death. Investigators also described the two as having been in a relationship, which Anderson denied. He lives near the vacant Jackson home where Fortune's body was discovered on August 3rd. In other words, authorities have several facts worth investigating, but not a complete puzzle. The internet naturally saw three pieces and immediately framed the picture. Fortune's mother, Christy Spivey, I hope I said that right, or Spivey, firmly rejects the possibility that her daughter died by self-deletion. She last saw Fortune at a family reunion in Kentucky on July 26th and said her daughter appeared peaceful. Jackson police say the case remains active. The police state medical examiner's office is conducting an autopsy. Oh, Lord Jesus, please. But Fortune's official cause and manner of death has not been released. Jackson Councilman Kenneth Stokes has also requested assistance from the U.S. Attorney's Office. So this update is an arrest, not an arrest for Tasia Fortune's death. That distinction may be inconvenient for a dramatic headline, but facts are famously difficult like that. So unfortunately, we're not sure. They did have a connection, but nothing to do with her death, okay? So we're going to continue. I'm not sure if I reported this, but if not, my bad. I still feel like I reported this before. OnlyFans model pleads guilty to manslaughter in boyfriend's death. What the fuck is wrong with people, please? So former OnlyFans model Courtney Clenny has pleaded guilty to manslaughter with a deadly weapon in the 2022, death of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. Clenny originally faced a second-degree murder charge, but accepted a plea deal on August 10th, avoiding a murder trial. Under the agreement, she will serve 6 years in prison, followed by 5 years of probation with credit for the time she has already spent behind bars. You know what? And yet, Carmichael, 35 years. What the fuck? After her release, Clenny must undergo mental health and substance abuse evaluations and complete any recommended treatment. She is also prohibited from financially profiting from the case. Obumseli was fatally on April 3rd, 2022, inside the Miami condominium he shared with Clenny. She was arrested in Hawaii several months later. How the hell did your ass get to Hawaii? Anyways, Clenny has consistently maintained that she acted in self-defense during an altercation, while her attorneys have categorized her as a victim of domestic violence. Obumseli's family has disputed that account, and their attorney previously argued that the evidence did not support her self-defense claim. I think I messed up giving these cats cat crap. I gave them Silvervine, and now they're acting a fool. Anyways, the plea means the case will not proceed to the scheduled murder trial. Clenny has now formally admitted guilt to the reduced manslaughter charge, bringing the criminal case closer to an end more than 4 years after Obumseli's death. Can somebody please tell me why it took that damn long for them to do that, to say something like that? But it only took less than a year for Carmelo. Well, a little bit over a year, and he got 35. What the fuck? I don't get it. So, anyways, we're gonna continue because it doesn't get any nicer. Give me a second here because I'm just getting everything up. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, Wisconsin officials ID Kiel Battingers Peterson as cop who fatally pew-pewed Corey Ruiz. So Wisconsin officials have identified, I ain't saying that man's name again, Mr. Peterson, as the Madison police officer who fatally pew-pewed Corey Ruiz on July 22nd. Peterson, an 11-year veteran of the department, was one of the 4 officers responding to a report of someone looking into vehicles and possibly attempting a robbery. Officers approached Ruiz, a black man who was reportedly unhoused while he was riding a bicycle. Police say officers unsuccessfully attempted to use a taser before Peterson fired after Ruiz allegedly produced a knife. That account remains under investigation. All 4 officers involved have been placed on paid administrative leave, bitch. The Wisconsin Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation is handling the case, although officials have provided no timeline for its completion. Dane County District Attorney Ismail Ozan, they just put me through it today, will receive the findings and decide whether Peterson should face criminal charges. Bystanders recorded portions of the confrontation, but there is no body cam footage because Madison officers do not wear body cameras because apparently in 2026, accountability technology is still being treated like an optional upgrade package. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represents the Ruiz family, is calling for the officer to be charged. The pew-pew has also sparked multiple nights of protest across Madison. For now, the officer has been identified, but no charging decision has been made. Man, I'm so sick of this shit. I wish people would just calm the hell down. Moving on. So what the hell is this though? It seems like there's a lot of young people getting into cars. A black woman fighting for her life after being struck by a 6-year-old driver. Man, make it make sense, please. So, 31-year-old Kiara Bowling is fighting for her life after police say 2 young brothers took their car. Oh, Lord, no. This is the same story. This is not a news story then. They're saying after 6-year-old and his brother. No, I reported this before, so we can switch because she's still fighting for her life. This is actually an update. The ages were different because it was 7 and 4. It's actually 6 and 4. They took the, they got injured as well. And for some reason, they want to see if they can charge the parents. But my whole thing is, I want to know where I don't know. How the hell did they not hear them kids get out the house? How the hell did they not, there's just too much. But anyways, sorry for that one. I'm going to move ahead to the next story. This one is actually very sad. I'm hoping I don't cry because I went ahead and did my face up for this. And I really don't want to have to deal with that. But anyways, let's get to that one. Where's something else here now? I need some more hotkeys. I really do. Where's this? Yeah, I don't know where my other one. Oh, there it is. Here we go. So, New York teen drowned at Queens Beach after telling lifeguards to save his friend first. So, 17-year-old Sir Audley Sykes died after being caught in a rip current at Rockaway Beach in Queens. But his final reported act was an attempt to save his best friend. Sykes and his 18-year-old friend were struggling in rough water near Beach 84th Street, and around 7:30 Sunday evening, official lifeguard hours had ended at 6 p.m., but several lifeguards remained nearby under the city's heat emergency plan and entered the water after being alerted. According to Sykes' mother, Patrice Thompson, when lifeguards reached her son, Sykes directed the rescuer toward his friend first. Both teenagers were eventually pulled from the water, but Sykes was unconscious and not breathing. He was taken to a hospital and later pronounced dead. His friend survived. Thompson described her son as a talented football player and the kind of person who consistently placed others before himself. She is holding on to his bracelet. I'm going to cry. His hospital bracelet, football jersey, and memories, including the birthday gift he left for her shortly before his death. Oh, shit, here it comes. New York City officials continue to warn swimmers that beaches should only be entered during staffed hours, generally from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Rip currents can overwhelm even capable swimmers, and experts advise swimming parallel to the shoreline, not directly against the current to escape one. Sykes died at just 17 after choosing his friend's life before his own. That is bravery in its purest and most heartbreaking form. And we're gonna see what's the next story. Lord, my eyes. I caught the vapors, if you will. All right, let's continue because we still got headlines. Moving on. Khloe McDonel, Capitol Police believe 15-year-old was targeted for murder. Family demands answers in a shady investigation. I think every family deserves, transparency, especially if you're losing a kid. So, Capitol Police believe 15-year-old Khloe McDonel was deliberately targeted and unalived, but her family is demanding answers about why it took authorities 2 weeks to identify her. Khloe was reported missing from Jackson, Mississippi on July 18th after last being seen the previous day. One moment. Okay. On July 20th, Capitol Police discovered an unidentified teenage girl with a fatal gunshot wound to the head at Shepherd's Park and began investigating the death as a homicide. That victim was Khloe, but her family wasn't notified until 14 days after the body was found. Khloe's mother, Nikemia Quinn, says she contacted the morgue after hearing that a teenage girl had been discovered and reportedly provided her information. A detective later arrived at her home to collect DNA, reportedly telling her the sample was precautionary and that she should not panic. The Mississippi State Crime Laboratory eventually confirmed the identification. Capitol Police says Khloe's family was notified after the positive DNA match and that investigators had been communicating with Jackson police. Authorities now say they believe Khloe was specifically targeted, but they have not publicly explained what evidence supports that conclusion. I identified a possible motive or announced their arrest. So this family is grieving while facing two unresolved questions. Who unalived Khloe, and how did agencies searching for a missing 15-year-old fail for 2 weeks to connect her with an unidentified teenage homicide within the same city? Khloe's family deserves answers to both, and I really pray that she gets them, because that is just ridiculous. Now, here's a little better news. Moving on. Congresswoman Nikema, they're getting me this today. Nikema Williams joins fight to ban ICE from using TSA data and stop ICE's terror campaign, because them motherfuckers are ramping up. We haven't heard as much, but they ramping up. So Congresswoman Nikema Williams has joined Representative Rashida Tlaib's effort to stop TSA passengers' information from being shared with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The proposed No TSA Data for ICE Act follows the disclosure of a May 2025 information sharing agreement between the agencies. According to the bill's sponsor, TSA has provided ICE with travelers' names, birth dates, and other personal information, contributing to arrests at airports, including immigrants awaiting visa extensions or other status changes. The legislation would prohibit TSA and ICE from coordinating passenger data searches for immigration enforcement. It would also prevent the Department of Homeland Security, if you want to call it that, from removing people from trusted traveler programs such as TSA PreCheck and Global Entry as retaliation for criticizing or recording ICE operations. 3 U.S. citizens are reportedly suing DHS after losing Global Entry privileges following their documentation of ICE activity. That is freedom of speech. Why are y'all fucking with them? Williams argues that TSA should concentrate on aviation security, not transform airport travel into an immigration dragnet, because apparently purchasing a planned ticket now risks becoming the government's most expensive share my location feature. The measure currently has Tlaib, I hope I'm saying that right, Williams, and 24 additional congressional co-sponsors. It is also endorsed by 66 advocacy organizations. It remains a proposed legislation and has not become a law, because these assholes want to make you hurt as much as possible. That's what it is. And you can kiss my ass if you think that I don't know about it. And if you want the names, I have them, but I promise you I'm not reading all of that. It is a lot of people, okay? They left me with a whole ass group, all of them. So that's it for that. Now, if you will, follow me to news that you need to know, you need to use, because I mean, seriously, if you don't use this news, you might end up shitting yourself to death. Real talk. Remember to subscribe, y'all. Where the hell is it? Here you go. Message. Sorry. So, Taylor Fresh Foods recalls jalapeno products due to salmonella concerns. So, Taylor Fresh is recalling 20 products containing jalapenos, potentially, I still hate that word too, contaminated with salmonella. The affected items have best if used by dates through August 16th and were distributed through Hannaford, Kroger's, Stop and Shop, Target, Trader Joe's, Walmart, and Whole Foods. And here is the entire list. Hannaford diced jalapenos, 3.7 ounces. Hannaford rice and bean burrito, 12.5 ounces. Kroger private selection spicy roast beef sandwiches, 8.53 ounces. Kroger spicy Jarlsberg dip, 10 ounces. What the hell is that? Kroger spicy pimento cheese dip, 10 ounces. Stop and Shop in Hannaford pico de gallo salsa, 7 ounces. Target taco dip, 20 ounces. Taco Target Mango Pico de Gallo, 11 ounces. I'm freaking boycotting them still. Target Spicy Guacamole, 13 ounces. Target Taylor Pico de Gallo, 16 ounces. Target Taylor Farm Authentic Guacamole, 13 ounces. Trader Joe's Fiesta Style Salad with Shrimp. That sounds like a setup. 11.11 ounces. Walmart Freshness Guaranteed Hot or Spicy Pico de Gallo, 10 ounces. I don't do hot or spicy. Walmart Freshness Guaranteed Mild Pico de Gallo, 10 ounces. I ain't got Pico de Gallo money. Whole Foods Medium Salsa Fresca, 12 ounces. Whole Foods Spicy Pico de Gallo, 10 ounces. And it keeps doing that. Whole Food Salsa, Pineapple Mango Salsa, 10 ounces. Medium Salsa Rajo, 12 ounces. Ending with 56.46, the UPC, if you're looking that damn close. 12 ounces, and the spicy pico de gallo. I'm so tired of reading that. The recalled jalapeno or originated with a grower in Sinaloa, I don't know, Mexico, and were distributed by Coast Citrus distributors. Maybe this is a setup for us. Maybe they're coming for us. I don't know. The larger outbreak has sickened 345 people across 27 states, hospitalized 36, and caused no reported deaths. Taylor Fresh Food says it knows of no illness specifically linked to its recalled products. Man, y'all about to go out of business. Shit. Salmonella symptoms include diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting. Children under 5, older adults, and immune-compromised people face greater risk of severe illness. Do not taste test suspicious salsa like you're auditioning for CSI produce aisle, please. Throw it away immediately or return it for a refund, then clean any surfaces it touched. Anyone experiencing symptoms should contact a healthcare provider, please, because that's kind of gross. I'm just saying. So we're going to go ahead and move on because I'm not done warning y'all. So as school seasons begins, a-hole recalls for a revised vaccine schedule. Man, don't listen to this bastard. So Donald Trump has signed an executive order, of course he would, calling for major changes to America's childhood vaccination schedule. The order, titled Delivering Gold Standard Childhood Vaccine Recommendations for Americans, horrible fucking name, asks states to voluntarily adopt an abbreviated schedule offering 11 diseases instead of the current 18. I want all 18, bitch. It also calls for separating the combined measles, mumps, and rubella, or MMR vaccine, into individual shots. You dumb bitch. Trump suggested children should receive vaccines across multiple appointments instead of receiving several during one visit. So that means people have to call off from work. They got to pull their kid out of school. This is a lot of interruptions here. Medical experts warned that would mean more appointments, additional co-pays, and a greater chance that the children miss doses entirely, because apparently coordinating 5 pediatric visits is effortless in the magical kingdom where parents have unlimited paid leave, bitch. Trump also repeated the disproving claim that vaccines, particularly MMR, are associated with autism. It's not true. Large bodies of research have found no causal connection between vaccines and autism. The combined MMR vaccine has been administered since 1971, and experts say there is no demonstrated health benefit in breaking it apart. Here's what parents need to know. An executive order does not automatically rewrite every state's vaccination requirements or independently change the vaccine schedule your pediatrician follows. States would need to cooperate, and manufacturers would have to produce separate formulations at the required scale. Do not cancel or delay your child's immunization vaccinations, please. Based solely on a political announcement. Check the current schedule, and please speak directly with a qualified pediatrician about your child's age, health conditions, and vaccination history. Policy may be getting rewritten. Biology deeply inconsiderately does not wait for paperwork. I'm just letting you know. So please take your kids before you fuck around and give everybody the plague, please. Moving on. Social Security adds 14 new disability conditions. So the Social Security Administration has added 14 serious medical conditions to its compassionate allowance list, potentially accelerating disability decisions that normally take months. Well, at least that's something good. The complete list is, oh shit, I can't say that. Adenylosuccinate lyase deficiency, neonatal form, and type 1. A Cardi syndrome, Barrett-Retzer-Winter syndrome, Bear-Stevenson-Cuttis-Guy-Rada syndrome, Boring-Ops syndrome, they messing with me tonight, Cas-related gene disorder, hepatosplenic T-cell lymphoma, Lafora disease, malignant migrating partial seizures of infancy, OPHN1 syndrome, primary cardiac sarcoma, primary intracranial malignant melanoma, uveal melanoma with metastases, and Warburg micro syndrome. That brings the compassionate allowance list to 314 conditions. More than 1.2 million people have received approvals through the accelerated process since the initiation began. This does not mean benefits magically appear after a diagnosis. You must still submit disability application, and Social Security must obtain medical records confirming the condition. The agency's technology is designed to flag qualifying applications and move them through the review more quickly. Government's efficiency briefly emerging from the forest like a rare and easily frightened animal. That is amazing. Let's not talk about it before they fuck it up. If you or someone you care for has one of these diagnoses, apply through Social Security's official website and clearly include the exact medical condition, physicians, treatment, facilities, and supporting records. Applicants may be considered for Social Security disability, insurance, supplemental security, income, or both, depending on their work history, income, and other eligibility rules. Do not pay a random website to unlock expedited processing. Applications can be submitted easily at ssa.gov, and the official compassionate allowance list is publicly available there, okay? So if these motherfuckers talking about unlock, you might get your money taken from you. I'm just letting you know. Moving on, more news you need. So experts, it's time to stop telling Black folks just vote. I wonder what they mean by that. So Anisha Hardy, executive director of Alabama Values, says it's time to stop treating Just Vote as a complete political strategy for Black communities. Voting remains essential, but Hardy argues that political participation cannot begin 2 weeks before an election and disappear immediately, I can say both, afterward. Black voters are frequently told their ballots matter while watching elected officials ignore their concerns, voting protections weaken, and the district map dilutes their political influence. That frustration should not automatically be dismissed as laziness or apathy. Hardy says skepticism often comes from lived experience. People participate, but they promised material improvements. They never arrive. Apparently, customer service departments consider please hold for another election cycle an acceptable response. Her broader message is about building power continuously. That includes voting in local, state, and federal elections, following the school board, city council, and state legislation, monitoring redistricting and proposed election laws, attending public meetings and submitting comments, supporting community organizations between elections, contacting elected officials after they take office. So keep their feet to the fire, organizing around specific policies, not merely individual candidates, challenging misinformation and explaining how policies affect everyday life. Hardy warns that voter suppression has evolved. It does not always arrive as an obvious literacy test or poll tax. It can appear through polling places closures, I experienced that. I still found them bitches. Voter purges, restrictive absentee ballot laws, confusing administrative law rules, and district lines engineered to weaken black representation. The useful takeaway is simple. Vote, then keep applying pressure. A ballot chooses who gets the office. Organizing determines what becomes politically expensive for the people to ignore. Seriously, because if you don't keep their feet to the fire, you don't know what the hell is going to happen. But that is it for that. As you can see, if you're not used to seeing me, this is what I really look like. I told you motherfuckers I was a black woman. Get on my goddamn nerves with that shit. Oh, yeah. This is not ready. I still need to give you this story because this is also news you need to use because this idiot here we go. Where's the thing? Because y'all, I don't want y'all to sit up here and think I'm not, hold on. Hey, Terry. As you can see, I cammed up. Woo. Where is it? Fuck it. So, dumb fucks homeless executive order is making homelessness worse. So 1 year after Trump signed his homelessness executive order, housing advocates argue it is making the crisis worse. I got it in from my, oh, hey girl, I got to 300. I'm not expecting to see you on here. Girl, yeah, I promised this channel. I promised every time I hit 100, I would cam up. I got to 300. I went back. I'm like, maybe it'll drop because it happened when I did 200. Right, a melanated neph. Yes, I am very much melanated. I don't know why people think I'm not a black woman under here. I have brains and shit, so I know how to do stuff like this. But anyways, let's see here now. They are placing black communities at a disproportionate risk. The order titled Ending Crime and Disorder on America's Streets moves federal policy away from housing first, which places people in stable housing before addressing medical, employment, or addiction needs. Let me bring this down. Instead, the order expands police involvement, involuntary institutionalization, prioritize federal grants for jurisdiction enforcing bans on camping, loitering, squatting, public drug use, directs officials to challenge court decisions limiting civil commitment, restricts support for harm reduction programs, encourages treatment requirements before people receive long-term housing. The administration argues this approach protects public safety and addresses mental illness and addiction. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do any of that shit. If nothing, it actually exasperates the issue. Critics counter that it punishes people for lacking housing while doing virtually nothing about leading structural causes. That's how I feel. Unaffordable rent, inadequate wages, and shortages of available homes. Black Americans face particular danger because generations of housing discrimination, wealth inequality, and unequal treatment throughout the criminal justice system have already made them disproportionately, yes, it is. This problem is nationwide. Yes, it is. Disproportionately vulnerable to homelessness. Increasing police contact, arrest, and forces confinement does not erase those disparities. It gives them a badge and federal grant funding. Experts also question the plan's basic arithmetic. The country already lacks enough psychiatric beds and treatment responses, while the administration has reduced funding for mental health and additional services. Please don't do that. I'm on a lot of medication. So the policy is essentially remove people from public view, provide insufficient places for them to go, and call the resulting disappearance order. Bitch. Housing advocates continue to push housing, not handcuffs, because what they're basically trying to do is replace the damn the people that they're trying to deport, and instead replace them with slavery, which is admissible in the U.S. under imprisonment. So there you go. Because the cure for not having home remains stubbornly obvious. A home, that's the cure, bitch. Not all the stupid shit. Anyways, that's it for that. Now we're going to get into people terrorizing people. I already told y'all before about that shit, but wait, no. Before that, I need to talk to y'all about I don't know news. This is it. because I don't know what the hell this shit right here is, but it's I don't know news because I don't know what the hell is going on. This is real. I told y'all this is how I look. And here we go. And yes, I'm an auntie. I'm 45, that dang it. All right, so here we go. Where's my I don't know news? There it is.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
So, yes, it's called White People School. Here's what it teaches. What the hell is this? That's why it's in I don't know news, because I don't know how the hell they came up with this shit here. So, yes, it is literally called White People School because apparently Subtlety has completed its coursework and has gone home. The program's full name is Acknowledge the Divided White People School. It was created by Black mediator and organizer Tamara Johnson Shealy through the nonprofit Reparations Sunday. Yep. And you know, if they fill that up, then they got people to work on the damn plantations. The initiative is designed for white people willing to examine and unlearn what they believe about Black history, systemic racism, and reparations. I don't think anybody gonna go to this. I really don't. Johnson Shealy says the provocative name is intentional. Getting past the initial shock is effectively lesson number 1. I want to go just to figure out how the fuck these motherfuckers think. And I'm talking about the racist motherfuckers. The curriculum includes a 5-part virtual lecture series totaling 20 hours. Half is available online, while the remaining 10 hours involve direct engagement with Johnson Shealy. Discussions cover topics such as prejudice versus systemic racism, Black-white solidarity, and the historical case for reparations. Y'all owe our ancestors coins. That's all I'm going to fucking say. Students also participate in a field experience in Savannah, Georgia. Hopefully not in the summer. They visit Ebenezer Creek, horrible name, where hundreds of newly freed Black people were abandoned during a Confederate attack in 1864. And the Green Meldrum House, connected to the meetings preceding Special Field Orders number 15, better known as the unfulfilled promise of 40 acres and a mule. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I'll tell you one damn thing. You can keep the damn mule. Give me a car, and that I'll do something with the 40 acres. Shit, I'll put some apartments on that bitch and make them affordable. Johnson Shealy argues that slavery, Jim Crow, convict leasing, discriminatory housing, the war on drugs, and massive incarcerations form one continuing history of systemic injustices. She supports cash payments as part of a comprehensive reparations, calling them repayment of a debt, not a gift. The inaugural class currently has 2 students, 2 people in that bitch. So technically, it is less school district and more racial reckoning group project. Another lesson begins in September. Will 20 hours cure America? Absolutely not. But we have certainly spent more time watching people learn nothing. I don't know how the hell this is going to work. Hey, Magic. But this right here, okay, all I can say. All right, now it is time to go ahead and do people terrorizing Black folks. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Let me hurry up and get this done. And I'm trying to keep myself up here so you can see. I said I was going to cam up, and I did. So here it is. I'm a real Black woman. So stop sitting up there asking if I'm Black or not. I'm very much Black. I've got melanin. Look at these lips. Anyways, please remember to subscribe. Where the hell is the story? Okay, here it is. Black people terrorizing Black folks. Thank you very much. Really makes me smile. Anyways, bitch's latest target in the DEI crackdown, a federal website for minority scholarships. So the Trump administration is overhauling Career One Stop, a federally funded website that helps students find scholarships, including hundreds intended for women and students of color. Career Career One Stop allows users to filter financial aid opportunities by eligibility criteria such as race and gender. Most of the Soul scholarships are not funded by the federal government. They come from private organizations, unions, fraternities, and other outside groups. Labor Department simply oversees the website listing them. Historically, Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development operated that platform. The Trump administration is now bringing it directly under federal control to align it with the, if you want to call that bastard, whatever the hell it is, that creature, his campaign against what the White House calls divisive and illegal DEI policies. Whatever, bitch. Anyways, the precise changes have not been finalized publicly, so it is not yet clear whether specific scholarships will disappear, filters will be removed, or listings will be rewritten. But the state goal is to eliminate features that the administration believes improperly promote race or gender-based preferences. The Education Department has already investigated universities offering scholarships restricted to particular racial or gender or alphabet mafia groups. Some schools have changed or eliminated those eligibility requirements under federal pressure, bitch. Conservative organizations have also filed lawsuits and tax complaints against private scholarship providers. So to clarify, the government is not merely objecting to spending tax money on race-conscious scholarships. It's considering whether a federal website should help students locate privately funded scholarships that already exist. I bit my tongue. Okay, because nothing says merit and efficiency quite like making financial aid harder to find and calling the search bar discrimination. Man, y'all some fucked up people in this world. That's all I can say. Trying to mess up people just trying to go to school now. We are not going in those fields, you assholes. We refuse. Moving on. Abominations Model City Program. A new era of policing that comes with heavy strings for Black communities. I told y'all we need to move. The Justice Department, if you want to call it that, is offering nearly $300 million to transform 2 to 4 American cities into test sites for the administration's preferred style of policing. The 3-year Model City initiative is open to cities with at least 100,000 residents. Applicants must demonstrate support for local officials, including mayors, police, sheriff, prosecutors, and city or county governments. Okay, so what you're looking for is a sundown town, because I don't think anybody with a majority of different colored people is going to want to do this shit. So here's the complete list of approved funding categories, okay? Hiring and retaining police and supporting personnel, equipment and technology, training and professional development. We see what ICE is doing. Police intelligence and service facilities, mental health and substance use services. That's not bad. Prisoner reentry and recidivism reduction program, victim services, youth crime prevention and intervention. Technology purchases may include a real-time crime center, facial and forensic tools. I don't like that. License plate readers, artificial intelligence drones. There's a problem right there. Drones. Why? Body cameras and ballistic identification systems. That don't sound right. That sounds broader than just more cops, because it is. The concern is the strings attached. Applicants are expected to cooperate with federal immigration, ICE, okay? ICE. And their tougher approaches and embrace tougher approaches to homelessness and potentially accept financial responsibility if Washington later sends federal forces into their communities because crime or civil unrest increases. So basically, you're going to pay for extra fucking people that you don't even want there. Unlike traditional grants evaluated through independent peer review, senior Justice Department, if you want to call it that, political appointees appear positioned to choose the winners. So cities may be judged not only by public safety needs, but by how eagerly local leaders perform ideological karaoke for Washington. Montgomery, Alabama, and Billings, Montana have reportedly declined to participate. I know you ain't going to goddamn Montgomery doing that bullshit. They'll whoop your ass, and I'll come down and help. Critics fear the initiative will expand surveillance and aggressive enforcement in Black neighborhoods. It will, while shifting resources away from community-led violence prevention programs the administration has already cut. The grants have not yet been awarded until they are model, quote-unquote, cities, remain a federal experiment looking for participating laboratories and several 100,000 residents who did not volunteer to become test subjects. Man, I don't know what's going to happen, but if you're willing to let that shit go, you know, you might as well. Go ahead and let them do it to you. Moving on. Former Townsend football player denied bail. Family maintains his innocence. I believe it. Former Townsend University football player Cordell Jefferson has been ordered held without bail on charges stemming from an alleged armed carjacking and a pew-pew in Maryland. Jefferson, 19, and Garen Davis, 20, face more than a dozen charges, including attempted first-degree murder, armed carjacking, robbery, and assault. According to the charges document, the two allegedly arranged to meet victims outside Liberty Place Apartments in Milford Mill on July 20th. That's a horrible name. Investigators claim two armed men forced their way into the victim's Honda. Who the hell trying to get a Honda? Struck him in the face with a handgun and attempted to take the vehicle. Police allege Jefferson pulled the victim from the car. Davison, not Jefferson, is accused of pew-pewing the victim in the arm before the vehicle was taken. Investigators say surveillance footage and cell phone records connected both the defendants in the scene. The attorneys described the confrontation as a possible drug deal gone wrong and requested home detention, emphasizing that neither man has a previous criminal record. The judge denied that request, citing the seriousness of the accusations and potential danger to the public. Jefferson's family, former coaches, and teammates packed the courtroom in support. His attorney noted that he attended Townsend on an athletic scholarship and maintained a 3.5 GPA. My mother still would have killed me. His grandmother says she believes he will be vindicated. Townsend confirmed Jefferson appeared on last season's football roster but declined further comments. He is not currently listed on the team. These remain allegations. Neither defendant has been convicted, and Jefferson's academic or athletic record proves neither guilt nor innocence. The evidence will have to do its tedious job in court. I hope they're innocent. If not, I'm going to have to move this shit over to fuck around and find out, unfortunately. Thankfully, I didn't read anything about a death, so we should be good with that, huh? I hope so. Let me go ahead and bring this down and open that up. Here I am again. Bleh. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to fuck around and find out. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and do my commercial one more time. If you like what I'm doing, or if you don't like what I'm doing and you have a suggestion, please hit me up in the comments and let me know. Please have some kind of decency, because I ain't got no job. I'm petty as hell. So you're just going to entertain me, and I'm going to delete your shit so nobody else sees it. That's all. So here go my commercial. I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little TSA, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's gonna for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turn. I don't want the second, I want that. I'ma let my ass where I'm a red. I've been moving like a hot.
So Jasmine Crockett says half the Senate is already dead, and I agree, because damn, they're old. Representative Jasmine Crockett appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and was asked whether Mitch McConnell, who reportedly hadn't been seen publicly for more than a month following a medical emergency, was dead or alive. I'm thinking it's what is it, Schrodinger? We don't know whether the cat is alive or not. Crockett's response, her theory was that half the Senate is dead anyways. To be clear, she was joking. McConnell's office has released photographs intended to demonstrate the senator is alive. I said what I said. Although public questions about his health and ability, hey. So you're just going to keep doing that. Let's see now. Where was I? Okay, ability to serve, to continue to serve. The real target of Crockett's joke was a Senate whose median age regularly makes a retirement community look like freshman orientation. I ain't gonna lie, that's so true. I told y'all, nationwide, we should all have to retire at 65. Everybody, including all these motherfuckers. Crockett also argued that many congressional Republicans privately dislike or disagree with Drumpf, but refuse to confront him publicly because they fear political retaliation. Bitch, just retire. Just freaking tire. What you mean mind my business? Her message to voters: stop rewarding lawmakers who whisper objections in private, then vote with Trump in public. If Republican senators are unwilling to challenge policies they supposedly oppose, voters should make them pay at the ballot box. Crockett even nominated Young Miami Spin That as Trump's song of the summer. I agree with that. Jab at the administration she accuses of reckless and self-serving spending. 65, that means I got to get off the pole. Yeah, get your ass off the pole. Shit. You should be on the damn pole at 65. God dang it. So no, Crockett did not announce a mass casualty event inside the Senate. She delivered a joke about the geriatric government and followed it with a political diagnosis. Too many lawmakers still have a pulse, a vote, and absolutely no detectable spine. You can play the game of permanent incumbency and presidential obedience. Eventually, someone's going to check whether you're governing or merely being preserved. For real. She getting on my goddamn nerves talking about, I got to get off the pole. Girl, you ain't never got on the damn pole. We had that conversation. Don't act like we didn't, ma'am. Moving on. Black woman says restaurant racially profiled her marijuana smell. Damn. Because shit, I go everywhere and I'm pretty sure they smell me. And everybody is pretty cool with me. Dallas nurse Andrea Chantel says Maroma. God dang it, this one here. Maroma's restaurant racially profiled her and 3 of her friends by accusing them of smelling like marijuana and refusing to serve them additional alcohol. Video from the August 8th encounter shows Chantel repeatedly denying that anyone in her group had smoked. The manager, who identified herself as Danielle, said she smelled marijuana when the group entered and could only act on that observation. Chantel and her friends eventually left. She later posted another video showing that what she described as a negative drug test result, saying that she should not have to prove that being black does not automatically mean she smokes marijuana. Shit, you know, they got some restaurants that actually serve food with marijuana. Maybe that might be it. Did you ever consider that? I'm just saying. The restaurant said employees detected a strong odor, suspected marijuana use inside a restroom, and received requests from a nearby customer who wanted to move. It insists the decision was based on the evening circumstances and observed behavior, not anyone's race or identity. Chantel says the restaurant has changed its explanation 3 times, while her group's account has remained consistent. They did not smoke. A negative drug test does not independently establish where an odor originated, just as smelling something does not identify who produced it. So the publicly available evidence does not conclusively resolve either account. Okay? But if your hospitality strategy is accuse 4 black customers based on aroma, cut them off, and clarify the reasoning later on Instagram, congratulations. You play Guess That Smell and won a public PR, okay? PR fire, public relations fire. No lawsuit or formal discrimination finding was reported. Excuse me, I'm getting a contact. You would. I'd stay, me personally. I would stay. I guess you ain't going to be able to sit next to me when I get down there, I guess. Anyways, moving on. Now, this girl right here, I think she's beautiful. She is not a funny comedian. I'm not going to lie. She's a good actress, but not a funny comedian at all. I have yet to laugh at her. And then I went all the way back to when she was on Some Weed Smells Strong. My neighbor got put out for his whole floor down from me. Damn. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I used to live in Roxbury, I come outside and there'd be so much smoke. You take a deep breath, your ass might get contact. But this chick right here, she's beautiful, but damn it, if she's not funny. I don't think she's funny at all. 4.5 years after her Georgia arrest, Tiffany Haddish has pleaded guilty to DUI, driving less safe. Police arrested Haddish in Peachtree City in January 2022 after a 911 caller reported an SUV stopped near an intersection and someone apparently asleep behind the wheel. I'm going to spray you with that gangster. What the hell is wrong with you? What is that gangster? I need to know what that gangster is. Shit. Depending on what it is, I might like it. I don't know what that gangster is. Anyways, let's see. Officers later located Haddish driving a vehicle matching the description. She was originally charged with DUI, failure to obey a traffic control device, improperly stopping on a roadway, and a parking violation. Under negotiated plea agreement, every charge except the alcohol-related DUI count was dismissed. It must be really nice to be rich. Her complete sentence includes 12 months of probation, 24 hours in jail. Damn, credited as time already served. 40 hours of community service, a substance abuse evaluation, completion of a DUI program, drug and alcohol testing, no alcohol or illegal drug use during probation, suspension on her Georgia driver's license. Haddish appeared by video when the judge told her she was welcome to return to Georgia. She reportedly responded, "I'm never coming back," which is certainly one method of closing the Tourism Bureau presentation. This case is separate from her 2023 Beverly Hills arrest. Damn, girl. When police reportedly found her slumped behind the wheel of a running vehicle. In that matter, Haddish pleaded no contest to a lesser traffic why don't you get a driver? Violation. And 2 misdemeanor DUI charges were dismissed. So after years of delays, motions, and continuances, the Georgia case is finally over. Falling asleep is free. Doing it behind the wheel can apparently require 4 years of litigation to discover the beds remain the superior venue. That's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, if you that damn sleepy. But, I mean, if she's rich enough to drive, I know she has to have some money. Can't you afford, like, an Uber? Shit, I'm just saying. But that is it for fucking around and finding out. We are now going to go ahead and get into Black historical moments. I'm going to teach you about some stuff. Let me go ahead and move this. I told you I got several systems here. Moving on. But anyways, where is it? Where's my Black history moment? I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What is it all that way down there? Anyways, here you go.
Yo, so many, hey, so many, yo, so many, yo. It's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. You know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't got a lie. They know we the vibe. We live in this proof. Young conscious, shoot my life a movie. I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around. I'm on the move. I'm checking this dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that cool. We on the roof smoking dope. Look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stove. Now we out here breaking the note. It ain't shit.
W.E.B. Du Bois, Doc, Rebel with a Cause, is in history. It's a survival guide for this moment. Give me a second. This is what happens when you drink a soda. A new documentary is reminding America that W.E. Du Bois was not merely documenting history. He was handing future generations a survival manual. Directed by Peabody Award winner Rita Coburn and narrated by Viola Davis, the 112-minute PBS American Masters film, W.E.B. Du Bois, Rebel with a Cause, recently screened at the Martha Vineyard's African American Film Festival. Du Bois was born in Massachusetts, in 1868. The same year, the 14th Amendment established birthright citizenship and equal protection. He lived through the collapse of Reconstruction, 2 world wars, Jim Crow, and the emergence of the modern civil rights movement. Damn, sir. He became the first Black person to earn a doctorate from Harvard, helped establish the Niagara movement, and co-founded the NAACP. As founding editor of The Crisis, he used journalism, scholarship, and art to challenge white supremacy. At the 1900 Paris exhibition, Du Bois used photographs, census data, and innovative infographics to document Black progress after emancipation. More than a century before data visualization became corporate vocabulary, Dubois was already bringing internationally recognized receipts. The documentary also addresses his intellectual conflict with Booker T. Washington, his support for Pan-Africanism, and the personal contradictions that made him human, not a marble monument. Dubois died in Ghana on August 27, 1963, one day before the March on Washington. His warning was that the defining problem of the 20th century would be the color line remains painfully current. But so does this strategy. Gather evidence, control the narrative, organize relentlessly, and refuse to confuse slow progress with completed work. The documentary is now streaming through PBS. If anybody wants it, I could probably maybe find it, but I'll have to wait because I don't want them to beat my ass. Moving on. Who was Sylvia Robinson, one of hip-hop's first moguls? Explain, because I have no idea who this lady is. For real, I don't. So, this is a black historical moment. Before hip-hop became a global industry, Sylvia Robinson recognized that the music erupting from New York streets could become recorded history. I can't read tonight. Born Sylvia Vanderpool there was a Vanderpool in Harlem in 1935. Robinson first built her career as a performer. As half of Mickey and Sylvia, she recorded a major hit with Love is Strange in 1957. Her sensual 1973 solo record Pillow Talk also topped the R&B chart. But her greatest impact came behind the scenes. Robinson and her husband, Joe, established all platinum records in New Jersey, producing acts like The Moments and Shirley and Company. In 1979, she co-founded Sugar Hill Records. After hearing hip-hop performed at a club, Robinson assembled Wonder Mike, Big Bank Hank, and Master G. These are horrible names, but okay, as the Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, wow. I did not know that was their name. Big Bank Hank? Anyways, she produced Rapper's Delight, which became one of rap's first major commercial successes and introduced the genre to the international audience. It also is one of the longest songs. Then came The Message in 1982. I love that one. I was only one when it came out. Robinson pushed Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five toward record confronting poverty, violence, and urban neglect. It established that song has aged well. It still matches. It helped establish socially conscious rap and became the first hip hop record added to Library of Congress National Recording Registry. And Robinson also signed The Sequence, an early all-woman rap group featuring a teenage Angie Stone. I did not know she rapped. Her legacy is not uncomplicated. Sugar Hill faced disputes involving contracts, songwriting credits, and unpaid royalties. Oh, okay, that's where that came from. Especially surrounding lyrics used in Rapper's Delight. But Robinson's influence remains undeniable. She was a singer, songwriter, producer, label executive, and cultural architect before the industry had developed polite titles for Black women doing all 5 jobs. Robinson died in 2011 and was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2022. They call her the mother of hip hop because she did not merely release records. She helped turn a movement into an industry, and that shit ain't stopped. It morphed the fuck up and got sick, but it never stopped. That's all I can say about that. Anyways, moving on. Give me a second here. I'm gonna bring that down and let y'all know that is it for the Black Historical Moment. If you're new or you just popped up here, I'm just letting y'all know I cammed up because I hit another 100. Every time I cam up, it's going to be because I hit another 100. Next time y'all see me when I'm at 400, okay? Just letting y'all know. So anyways, now it's time for a cultural moment. Where's my culture thing? Cultural moment. There it is. All right, so Black fitness influencers to help get snatched in 2026. If your workout plan currently consists of carrying groceries and avoiding eye contact with your gym membership, The Root has 13 Black fitness influencers offering fresh inspiration. Here's the complete list. Juice and Toya, a married duo offering strength workouts, movement modifications, nutrition guidance, and a fitness app. Pilates Body by Raven. Former Love is Blind contestant Raven Ross teaches beginner-friendly Pilates, core routines, and more. You lost me with Pilates. Danielle Wilson combines workout instructions with honest conversations about mental and physical demands of the transformation. Corey Callier, I think, the transformation specialist behind Michael B. Jordan's Creed and Black Panther physique, also operates ACHV Fitness. Grow with Joe provides accessible living room friendly walking workouts for increasing steps and burning calories. I might have to look at her. Coach Maddie runs targeted challenges, including her Operation 30-Day Core series, while acknowledging that spot reducing fat is not a thing because biology refuses to accept custom orders. John Gaines shares practical advice for losing weight, gaining muscle, and training consistently. Oh, Lord. Kechinara Nikechi delivers, it's spelled, the lady, okay, first of all, the first word was Kecynara. Then the person's name, I guess, is Nikechi, so it's Nkechi. Don't know how to say that. Delivers intense, sweat-heavy routines while representing thicker bodies in fitness. Oh, that's nice. Talia Joel mixes humor, realistic fitness content, and personalized coaching. Maxie Deucer offers honest workouts and postpartum inspiration for mothers reclaiming their fitness. Oh, Lord, this one. Tony Okungbawa shares workouts, grocery hauls, meals, and coaching because abs apparently require both exercise and an organized refrigerator. Ron Boss Everline, Kevin Hart's trainer, delivers serious workouts with serious accountability. And Amira Warrior Babe Brooks emphasizes discipline, focus, and strengthening your mindset before touching a weight. The takeaway: fitness does not require living at a gym. Whether you prefer Pilates, I don't. Weights, I can. Walking or questioning every decision during a core challenge, somebody on this list has your lane. So if you heard me, go ahead and rewatch that, slow it down, whatever the hell. I tried my best to say the names right. Like I said, it can be found on the root. So go look at the root for this one, just in case. Anyways, moving on. Oh, wait, let me bring that down. That's not a culture one. I forgot that one. This one is going to be an educational one. So here comes news on education, okay? I keep forgetting. I keep seeing myself, and it shocks me every freaking time. Oh, it's me again. It's me again. It's me again. Anyways, where is it? Okay, yeah. All right, where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. So, how college students can eat healthier. College gives students control over every meal plus unlimited dining hall portions, late night studying, and a budget that occasionally considers instant noodles a financial strategy. I'm not going to lie. When I went to Howard for that one little semester, I was crazy about that damn dining hall because I could have a omelet made for me. I was eating omelets and pickles, a lot of pickles. Oh, they had half sour pickles. It was so nice. But anyways, healthier eating does not require gourmet groceries or a nutrition degree. Here's the article's complete list of practical tips, okay? So in the dining hall, start with smaller plate to limit mindless overeating. Could have told me that. Fill half the plate with vegetables or fruit when available. Pickles. Choose grilled protein instead of fried ones. I don't know. It's an omelet. It was on a skillet. Yeah, it was fried. Pair one fun food with one fuel food. Eat slowly enough to recognize when you are full. Is that possible? Anyways, in the dorm, keep rice, pasta, canned beans, eggs, and frozen vegetables available. If you have a refrigerator, use the microwave for oatmeal, steamed vegetables, and rice bowls. Stock affordable snacks, pretzels, yogurt, nuts, fruit, popcorn, granola bars, rice cakes, and whole wheat crackers. Yeah. Save time with pre-cut or pre-cooked options such as the salad mixes and rotisserie chicken. Be careful with those salad mixes. You already know why. And for everyday habits, drink water throughout the day to reduce fatigue and headaches. Check nutrition labels for added sugar, which can produce an energy spike followed by a crash. Pause before eating to determine whether you are genuinely hungry or reacting to stress. Enjoy cultural foods without guilt. They can absolutely belong in a balanced diet. The goal is not culinary perfection. It is building meals that support energy, concentration, and long-term health risks of hypertension, diabetes, stress-related illness. So yes, enjoy the pizza. Just occasionally introduce it to a vegetable so neither feels neglected. Look, Magic Tales, I don't know how she's living. She's got great cholesterol, and I don't think her blood is synthetic anymore. I think it's synthetic, really. I don't think it's organic anymore is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, now I'm trying to figure this one out. Howard University offers buyouts to hundreds of staff. What's behind the shift? Look, you already accidentally I went to that school. I know that building. My apartment was on the other side. Yeah, but anyways, what I was trying to say, you already unadmissions a bunch of people, and now you're doing this. That don't sound good. I don't like the way you're moving, Howard. Howard University is offering a voluntary retirement package to more than 600 eligible faculty and staff members, about 16.5% of its workforce, as the university tries to cut long-term personal costs. Translation: Howard wants to slim the payroll, but it is offering a check before showing anybody the exit. All right. To qualify, employees must be full-time tenured faculty or benefits eligible staff paid through Howard's operating budget. They also need at least 10 continuous years of service, and their age plus years at Howard must equal at least 70. I did not understand that one then. Here is the entire payout breakdown. 10 to fewer than 15 years of service, 6 months base of salary. That's not bad. 6 months of base salary, unless you get like commission. 15 to fewer than 20 years, 9 months. 20 years or more, 1 year. Participants enrolled in Howard's health plan also receive 6 months of fully paid COBRA coverage. Man, COBRA kind of scares my ass. The Board of Trustees approved the one-time program in June. Howard says nobody is being forced to participate, and it has not established a target for how many people should accept. Vacated positions will not automatically be refilled. The university plans to review each one. Howard blames rising operating costs, tuition pressure, uncertainty surrounding federal research funding, and changes to the federal aid. Bitches. Including limits affecting Parent Plus loans. Interim President Wayne Frederick also says Howard wants to refresh, quote unquote, its workforce after achieving top tier Research 1 status. So you smelling yourself, Howard? Is that it? So officially, this strategic restructuring, not layoffs, but when 600 employees receive "Have you considered retirement" brochures, the budget is not merely clearing its throat. It's coughing directly into the microphone. Y'all wrong for that shit? Anyways, let's see how we doing. All right. Yeah, I got one more for you. And this one is terrifying because I've seen video of it. Darius Cook has a point about America's literacy crisis. The internet isn't sure he should be the one making it. I don't know, but I have trouble, and I have good reading skills. I just have trouble because I'm speeding. But some of these motherfuckers don't even know how to read some of these words, like freaking reconnaissance. Internet food personality Darius Cooks Williams is now teaching culinary arts, and after just 2 days in a high school classroom, he posted an emotional video about students struggling to read and write. How the hell are they getting through school is what I want to know. Williams said he spent 3 hours working with 17 and 18-year-olds who could not complete an assignment requiring them to read 2 paragraphs and fill in 4 words. According to Williams, they annotated the text together, and he practically handed them the answers. But many still struggle to understand and express their reasoning. His larger point is supported by national data. In 2024, 32% of high school seniors performed below the basic reading level on the nation's report card. Students nationwide also remained nearly half a grade behind pre-pandemic reading scores in 2025, and the decline actually began before COVID. However, the internet had two questions. Why is Darius Cook teaching children? And why is he diagnosing an entire educational crisis on day 2? Man, you can figure that shit out on day 1. First fucking minute when they start reading shit. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? How did you get here? How are you not been held back? Williams has faced years of accusations involving unfulfilled orders, stolen recipes, harassment, and other misconduct, several of which he has denied. More concretely, his former credit repair company entered a $145,750 consent judgment with Georgia in 2019 over allegations that it collected advance payments and misled customers. The agreement included $110,000 in consumer restitution. Educators also criticized his video as performative, arguing that 2 days is nowhere near enough time to assess students properly, and crying publicly about their deficiency could embarrass the very children he is supposed to help. I understand, but damn it, who the hell is letting these kids get through the system? So yes, America absolutely has an illiteracy emergency, for real. Darius identified a real fire. The internet is simply wondering why the man arriving with the extinguisher smells faintly of smoke. Well, you know, right message, wrong messenger. That's all I can say about that shit. But that is it for that. We're going to go ahead and move into Give Them Their Flowers, because this is so sweet and I have to talk about it. So let me do it. We're doing really good. We should be out of here very soon, before 9 o'clock. That's for damn sure. But anyways, here we go. Black Wendy's worker headed to Yale after bosses helped fund his education. I'm giving flowers. 23-year-old Thales Winner De Souza is trading the Wendy's drive-thru for a Yale University. And this story comes with perseverance, generosity, and absolutely no need for a fake motivational quote over a sunset. De Souza grew up in Brazil and survived a pew-pew inside his home in 2016. His mother subsequently moved to the family to the United States when he was 13. That's what my mom did, but instead of that, she went from Boston to Lake Charles. Anyways, he arrived without knowing English. I didn't understand what half these people were saying in Louisiana. Attended high school in Massachusetts. All right. And started working at Wendy's on Cape Cod to help make ends meet. Oh, he entered the Cape Verdean, okay, because they speak Portuguese. I got you. He worked hard enough to become a shift manager while still a student. When De Souza considered leaving Wendy's for a better paying construction job so he could afford college, franchise owner Usama El Serawe and the late Ernest Smiley offered another path. Remain at Wendy's, and they would set aside money for every hour he worked. The money ultimately covered 3 years at Cape Cod Community College. De Souza earned straight A's, served 2 years as student body president of a founded a religious club. After another year at Bunker Hill Community College, he applied to Yale, which accepts only a tiny percentage of transfer applicants, and got it with a full scholarship reportedly worth more than $194,000. That would take care of all my student loans. This fall, De Souza plans to study political science, minor in human rights, and follow a pre-law track. So give Val's his flowers for surviving, adapting, and putting in the work, and give his bosses their recognizing potential and reaching for a scholarship fund instead of another Employee of the Month certificate taped beside the soda machine. That is what investing in people actually looks like, and I'm so proud of this man. Thank you so much. Now that is it for that. We are now ready for celebrity news. But before I do that, let me go ahead and shout out this company. If you like CBD, I know I do. And if you can see, my eyes are not white. The light is white, not my eyes. If you like CBD and you like your lips popping, please go ahead and check out this company. It is woman-owned, black-owned CBD Honey Lips. You can find her on Threads, Instagram, and Twitch. Hold on. Once again, that is CBD Honey Lips. You can find her on Twitch, Threads, and Instagram. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my commercial. As always, please share, like, subscribe. Where's my little kid's name? There it is. And I'll be right back with celebrity news.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little TSA, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Is Drake okay? Inside the rapper's string of viral live streams and public PR moves. I don't know. I never thought the dude was okay. I don't like drama people. So yeah, I never watched that damn drama. Drake hosted a 3-hour live stream on Kick celebrating the 9th anniversary of Stake, the crypto gambling company that has sponsored his streams for years. More than $1 million in cash and prizes was promoted, but naturally the internet ignored fiscal responsibility and focused on Drake barking like a dog. During a 20-verse-1 dating segment, goth streamer Pink Q asked Drake to bark, and the 5-time Grammy winner complied with enthusiasm. She was eventually crowned his pretend wife, while other participants received gifts including cash. I'd want the cash. A Birkin bag and a luxury trip. I want the cash. Nothing says everlasting romance like winning a human raffle sponsored by online gambling. The broadcast also featured influencers and adult entertainers, including Lena the Plug, that doesn't sound right, Lily Phillips. Drake appeared genuinely confused when Phillips introduced herself using the phrase that made her internet famous. Well, I don't know what it was. Who the hell is that? Honestly, that may have been the evening's healthiest reaction. But Drake did remember his favorite long-term relationship, rap beef. He warned rival artists that although they are releasing albums, his pen isn't dry. Sir, don't you do pop? Go away. Widely interpreted as a message to people, including A$AP Rocky, he also joked about Roc Nation's subpoena, seemingly referencing the various legal disputes orbiting his feud with Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us. The clips reignited debate over Drake's increasingly chaotic live stream presence, especially for a 39-year-old global superstar. Damn, I didn't know he was that old. But there is no actual basis for diagnosing his mental health from spiral footage. I don't watch the dude, so is Drake okay? We cannot medically determine that. We can confirm that he is rich, online, and apparently willing to bark on command for engagement. 3 conditions that, when combined, should probably require adult supervision, for real. Because if you barking, I have an issue with you already. Anyways, let's keep moving because we got about 3 of these stories. Oh, wrong one.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So this one got my attention. Can't stop cosplaying Drake. Pretty much. Tretch shuts the door on another Naughty by Nature reunion. It'll never happen. Man, I'm nosy. I wanted to know for real. So, if you were hoping to wave your hands through, another full Naughty by Nature reunion, Tretch has delivered an extremely firm hip hop no way. During an appearance on The Real Report with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder, who the hell named these people? Tretch said he can now confirm the legendary New Jersey trio will never reunite. He blamed years of broken trust and what he described as business deals conducted but behind his back, saying a wound might heal after being stabbed once or twice, but repeated betrayals keep reopening it. Man, my question is, how the hell you get fooled that much? Naughty by Nature, Tretch, Vin Rock, and DJ KG, who I never heard say a damn thing, has been wrestling with money and business disputes since the early 2000s. KG left around 2000 following disagreements over the group's finances, although he later returned. Then things became especially ugly between Tretch and Vin Rock. In 2013, Tretch publicly announced that Vin had been fired. Tretch also alleged that Vin had sucker punched him. He does look like he would sucker punch somebody in him during a business meeting 2 years earlier. By 2015, Tretch said they had resolved some of their differences, but their relationship was strictly business. Vin Rock's side of the latest reunion declaration was not included. Fans briefly received hope in 2024 when all three unexpectedly shared a stage at radio personality Miss Jones' birthday celebration in New Jersey and performed Uptown Anthem. Apparently, that was a nostalgic ceasefire, not a peace treaty, not at all. So the catalog survives, the classics still slap, and OPP will continue wrecking families' cookouts. But according to Tretch, the group itself is finished. After decades of breakups and reconciliations, he has finally changed their name from Naughty by Nature to Estranged by Accounting. Damn, that's kind of fucked up. Moving on. NBA YoungBoy says he kept touring after doctor told him one side of his heart was swollen. Why are people so stupid? I just don't understand. Let me tell you about this, okay? So NBA YoungBoy says he completed an entire concert tour after a doctor told him the left side of his heart was swollen, and he kept the diagnosis to himself. That is not a flex. During an interview with Funny Marco on Open Thoughts, the 26-year-old rapper said he received the "You are not a young boy no more." Young man? Okay. The 26-year-old rapper said he received the news while touring, but continued performing every scheduled show. He also said the side of his heart remains kind of enlarged. That is NBA young man's description, not a publicly confirmed medical diagnosis. He did not identify the precise condition, explain its cause, or disclose what testings, treatments, or medical restrictions he has received. A swollen or enlarged heart can have multiple causes and levels of severity. So diagnosing him from an internet clip would be irresponsible. The important part is that he says a physician detected an ongoing heart abnormality. The revelation comes as young man appears to be considering his future in music. Despite releasing 9 studio albums, I had no idea, dozens of mixtapes before turning 27, he told Funny Marco that music is no longer his primary focus. He believes he may have only 1 or 2 albums remaining and intends to tour just once more before leaving the world permanently. Invest, sir. Invest. Woo, that scared me. He is very young and still starting his career. People need to listen to their damn doctors, especially men. So Mr. Young Man, because he ain't young no more. He's 26. He's over 25. His brain has stopped developing. According to science, young man deserves credit for discussing the issue publicly, but finishing a tour while concealing a potentially serious heart condition is not a toughness challenge anybody should imitate. Concert dates can be rescheduled. Your cardiovascular system does not accept Ticketmaster insurance. Hopefully, his next move involves qualified cardiologist, proper treatment, enough rest, and not proving anything to fans at the expense of his health. Y'all damn entertainers need to stop that shit. I know y'all going for the bag and all, but your health matters more. I mean, seriously, those fans will still be there if you do shit right. Anyways, before we continue, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all, please remember to subscribe. You're not going to see me again, because honestly, I had to put makeup on to feel, I'm not very confident right now, okay, is what I'm saying. That's why I'm a VTuber. Anyways, please subscribe. All right, here we go. About ready to do health. Whoops. Damn it. Didn't mean that. Understanding alopecia in Black women, what an expert wants you to know. See, my mom had it. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know if it's hereditary, but you know what they say on each side. But then my grandma on my father's side was kind of balding too. So I don't know. So hair loss affects nearly half of Black women, but alopecia is not one specific disease. It is the medical term for hair loss. And getting the correct diagnosed matter because some forms can regrow while others are permanently destroyed the follicle. I think my mother has that second part. The 5 common forms highlighted by dermatologists are centrifugal, cicatricial alopecia, or why didn't you just give me the damn acronyms? CCCA, scarring hair loss that usually begins at the crown and spreads outward. Genetics and inflammation may contribute, and delaying treatment can make the loss permanent. Girl, thank you. Let's see here now. Traction alopecia, damage caused by repeated pulling from tight or heavy braids, locks, ponytails, weaves, or extensions. I already know how to do that. What you do is when you braid your hair now, try to twist your hair before you braid it. That kind of, supports your hair with the weight of the hair, because I'm about to braid my hair. I got a wig on right now, but I'm going to braid my real hair. You saw my real hair if you checked out my metaphorical funeral. Anyways, let's see here now. Androgenetic alopecia, inherited female pattern bald hair loss, typically seen as a widening part or thinning over the crown. Yeah, I think my mom has that. Alopecia areata, an autoimmune condition causing smooth, round, bald patches, or in several cases, more extensive loss. Telogen effluvium, usually temporary shedding triggered by physical or emotional stress, illness, childbirth, nutritional problems, or certain medications. Warning signs include thinning edges, a widening part, a smaller ponytail, increased shedding, visible scalp or itching, burning, tenderness, bumps. A smooth or shiny area can indicate scarring. To reduce preventable damage, dermatologists recommend looser styles, removing braids after about 3 months. I don't keep mine in more than a month. And extensions or weaves after roughly 8 weeks. I don't know how to cornrow, so I can't put that in. Limiting heat and chemical processing. I only do that once a year. Balanced nutrition and checking for conditions such as anemia. I got that. Vitamin D deficiency, not right now, or thyroid problems. Most importantly, see a board-certified dermatologist, preferably one experienced with textured hair early. A stylist may notice changes but cannot diagnose scalp disease. And please do not let TikTok University prescribe onion juice, motor oil, and a prayer circle. The sooner legitimate treatment begins, the more hair may be preserved. Who the hell is doing that? Why the hell would you put that shit in your hair? That is ignorant. You're ignorant. That's ignorant. Anyways, caregiving tips for supporting a loved one with serious mental illness. I have mental illness. Nearly 2/3 of caregivers for people with serious mental illness report moderate to high emotional stress. Conditions such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and severe depression affect the entire family, not because relatives are responsible for curing them, but because caregiving can become a full-time job nobody formally applied for. Well, I live alone. Shit, I'm fucked up then. According to one schizophrenia caregiver survey, the complete workload often includes medication reminders, 92%, attending medical appointments, 90%, providing daily emotional support, 89%, discussing treatment decisions with providers, 88%. Clinicians and caregiver Dr. Tracy Hicks recommends the 3 A's when resentment or guilt appears. Acknowledge the feeling, analyze where it came from, and create an action plan. Having difficult feelings does not make someone a bad caregiver. Pretending they do not exist simply gives them an apartment in your nervous system. Early burnout signs include reacting to everything instead of responding thoughtfully, focusing on the next task, neglecting personal needs, and no longer asking for help. Boundaries remain necessary. Use statements such as, I love you and I can help with this, but I cannot do that. Ask, what do you need from me? Sometimes the person needs assistance. Sometimes they only need somebody to listen. When a loved one resists treatment, approach them with curiosity, not accusations. Ask what concerns them. Include them in decisions and discuss every appropriate option with their clinician. Long-acting injectable medications may help some patients by reducing daily pills, but they must be presented as voluntary treatment option, not punishment. Finally, caregivers should maintain their own identity and purpose. Ask relatives, professionals, and community organizations for help. Seek peer support through NAMI, SAMHSA, or local programs. Celebrate progress and encourage independence. Remember, the illness is something their loved one lives with, not their entire identity. And if anyone is in immediate danger or experiencing mental health crisis, call emergency services or call or text 988 in the United States. Okay. And now one more story, and then we're almost done. We got 2 stories left. This one and the next. That leg pain may not be aging. It could be PAD. So, persistent leg pain is not automatically your body charging an aging fee. It could be peripheral artery disease or PAD, a cardiovascular condition caused by plaque narrowing the arteries and reducing blood flow to the legs and feet. The classic symptom is aching, burning, cramping, fatigue, or heaviness in the buttocks, thighs, so unless you have a BBL, calves, or ankles during walking, exercising, or climbing stairs. The discomfort usually improves after a few minutes of rest and returns when activity resumes. I think I had that when I was interning at a plant. Anyways, other warning signs include foot or toe wounds that heal slowly or not at all. One foot feeling colder than the other. Pale, reddish, or otherwise discolored skin. Slow growing toenails or reduced leg hair. Shit, that's a little scary right there. Calf muscle loss, ulcers, or dead skin known as gangrene. Ew. The top 3 risk factors are diabetes, high blood pressure, and tobacco use. Additional risks include older age, high cholesterol, obesity, family history, and artery disease elsewhere in the body. This is especially urgent for Black Americans over 40. They develop PAD at roughly twice the rate of other groups their age and are reportedly up to 4 times more likely than white patients to undergo amputation. Ask a clinician for an ankle brachial index or ABI. It is a painless test comparing blood pressure at the ankle and arm. Treatment may include smoking cessation. That means stop smoking, controlling diabetes, control and blood pressure, medication, and a structured walking program, often 30 minutes at least 3 days a weekly. Advanced disease may require angioplasty, a stent, or bypass surgery. Any foot wound deserves evaluation, particularly with diabetes. Sudden severe pain accompanied by cold, pale, numb, or weak limb may mean blood flow has abruptly stopped. That is an emergency. About 400 amputations happen daily in the U.S., and many are preventable. So please do not let you're getting older serve as a complete medical workout. Aging is inevitable. Avoidable limb loss should not be. Okay, that's it for the health. Now what we're going to do is going to go ahead to the last story. But before I do that, once again, I would like you to check out my commercial. As always, if you like what I'm doing, or if you don't like what I'm doing and you have a suggestion, please hit me up in the comments. Let me know. And please have some kind of sense, because if not, nobody's going to see what the fuck you said. For real. I'm going to delete that shit so quick. Anyways, here go my commercial. I'll be back with animals trying to take over.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little kids say that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turn up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right, so large lizard caught after nearly a month loose in Tennessee. You see that thing he's holding? That is not a bag. That is a lizard right there. That is a lizard. Oh my God, that is a big ass lizard. And that's a big ass stomach with the lizard. Anyways, residents of War Trace, Tennessee can finally stop wondering whether somebody accidentally opened a Jurassic Park franchise behind the Dollar General. An Asian water monitor, a very large lizard native to South and Southeast Asia, was captured after spending nearly a month roaming around the community. The animal was spotted Friday on Spring Street, safely contained, and eventually reunited with its owner. Apparently, the owner had previously posted online asking residents to call if they spotted that fucker. His missing pet. His pet was spotted over near War Trace Square. Thankfully, nobody mistook "please call me" for approach the enormous prehistoric-looking stranger and attempt friendship. Asian water monitors are among the world's largest lizards. Adults commonly reach 4 to 6 feet. That's taller than me at one point. That's terrifying. While exceptional species can grow even longer. They are excellent swimmers, so you can't jump in the water to get away from these fuckers. And powerful animals equipped with sharp claws, strong jaws, and muscular tails. They can swing defensively. So if you try to run, they might trip you up, then eat you. I don't know. They generally try to avoid people. Well, that's good. But they may bite, scratch, or tail whip when frightened or cornered. I don't think I've ever been tail whipped, and I don't want to. Translation: observe from a respectable distance and let trained handlers collect the outdoor dinosaur. This is not the moment to discover whether you possess Steve Irwin's spiritual gifts. And remember, he ain't with us no more. The lizard was reportedly unharmed, and there were no... The lizard looks like an alligator. Shit, it probably could be bigger than an alligator. I think that's a baby. The lizard was reportedly unharmed, and there were no reported injuries during its extended neighborhood vacation. Were any animals missing? Any pets? Authorities also did not describe it as an invasive wild population. It was one escaped exotic pet. So Tennessee has survived the reptilian occupation for now. But one Asian water monitor successfully lived off the grid for nearly a month. While some of us cannot locate our phones when they are already in our hands. I ain't even gonna lie. I went looking for my phone 3 times today, and I was on it. Give the fugitive his respect and give his enclosure a better lock, please. Shit, I'm telling you right now, anything that's bigger than a mouse, matter of fact, I'm fighting the mouse. I'm fighting the damn mouse. Anything other than my cats in my house, no, I can't do it. You can have this damn apartment. You can have everything in it if you big as hell. I'm not fucking with that. But anyways, that's it for, my hair. That's it for the news. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for helping me get to 300. The next goal is 400 and then 500. I really want to get to 1,000, real talk. But hey, I'm moving faster than I thought I would. So thank you to everyone. I love y'all. And, good night, everybody. Where's my outro? Where's my outro? There it is.
I can't